Hey, my normies and non normies for the second time. I don't know how I messed myself up with the mic, but I did, and nothing that I did was working. It would not give me my microphone back, and I don't know why, but it was annoying me because I could hear the music, but I couldn't hear my microphone, and that was just like annoying. It was like, why can't I hear myself talking? I'm not gonna waste my time just talking to thin air and have you guys out there, you know what I'm saying, listening to nothing but thin air. But I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. And let's talk about our parenting, and let's talk about our mental illness, and let's talk about everything underneath the sink. Okay? Oh yes, let's talk about this. So listen. So when I took my little hiatus for them 4 days, I really did not go onto none of the social networks, right? Because I was really just spending time with the kids and off of this property, and really just trying to work on figuring out why this depression, and why is nothing working for this depression, like nothing that I normally do. My affirmation and my manifestation and all these things were like a band-aid, pretty much. They're band-aiding, they're covering it like a band-aid, but it's not really doing what it normally does. So I happened to get on social network after I returned the car. I was like, all right, back to my normal life I go. So back to my platforms. I gotta start creating my content again. I gotta, get on my A game. But I didn't feel good on Monday. I guess my body was like, all right, woman, you done drove me crazy, so I need time. And then yesterday I had a doctor's appointment, and that just drained me out even more. So I got nothing done the last 2 days. But today I was sitting at my desk, I'm doing my typical morning routine, my affirming, my manifestation. I'm sitting here like, all right, I'm really not gonna let this depression win. You feel me? Like, I did take them 4 days off this property to regroup and get my mind together, and I'm not gonna let that money go to waste, because then basically I wasted that money for no reason. I could have used that money on something else, like other things that we needed. But we all needed time off of this property because we are all tired of being on here. Like, the only one that gets off of this property, the only one that gets off of this property is Delano when he goes to school, and Biva whenever she walks to the store. So what was I saying? Biva just distracted me. Yeah, so like I needed this. But keeps asking to go to the park and things like that, and that was the only way I was gonna be able to take her. So I do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I do what I do for my kids. You feel me? And I know we all need a mental break off of this property and out of this room. And if I allow the depression to kick in, then that means I wasted that money pretty much. You feel me? So I'm like, this morning I woke up and I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna be in a bad mood. I'm not. I just took 4 days off of this property. I'm gonna still hold on to that little bit of high that I have and that energy that you know what I'm saying. I recharge my battery. Alright? I'm not gonna be in no bad mood. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let whatever, get me down. So yeah. Then I remembered about y'all, and I'm like, oh snap, I gotta do that live at 11. Then I had my little technical difficulties, and my typical normal self would be already irritated by now. I'd have been like, forget y'all, I'm not going back up there. Or I would have just been like spazzing and in a bad mood and irritated. But I'm not gonna let that happen, because I just took 4 days off of this property, and I'm not gonna let myself go backwards. I'm gonna fall forward, not backwards. And I'm not gonna allow it to interrupt my feelings and my emotions. And I really don't know who that is calling me. My feelings and my emotions, and disturbing me and putting me in a bad mood. Especially when I got off of this property so I can try to get in a better mood. But that's where the conversation that I was talking about, the environment, is really important. And I never really thought about it that way before. Like, I never really paid no mind to my environment before. I never really, before living here, okay, and before living in the previous spot before here, I never really paid no mind how much my environment really affected, like, my moods and my emotions. I never realized how important it really is. Like, if you're not happy where you are, how do you expect to be happy anywhere else? You can't. Like, if you're frustrated where you are, then you're gonna be frustrated everywhere else. Like, how are you going to succeed, anywhere else? Like, if you're not happy where you're supposed to be safe, where it's supposed to be your, like, your domain, your husa. Like, you need somewhere to be able to go and relax and not have to worry about the rest of the world, or care if the rest of the world is, out there doing whatever it's doing. You at least have a safe haven. That's what it's supposed to be. That's how it should be. And I realized that, as of recently, how important that environment is when it comes to your mindset. Because, man, I don't know. Honestly, being in a place where your mind isn't being, like, nurtured, and it just feels the pressure, it's not good. It's definitely not a good space. Not at all. Not a space that you want to be in. That's why it's always good to make sure that your environment is providing you what you need. That is imperative, and it's important. And I learned that, and I'm still learning it on my own, mind you, not because somebody else done taught me, but I'm learning this joint on my own. And I'm learning it the hard way. The hard way. The very hard way. Because, I'm stubborn. I'm very stubborn and hard-headed. I've always been stubborn and hard-headed. I don't need it no more. I've always been stubborn and hard-headed. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting sidetracked with the kids. It's like my ADHD is not on focus right now. And I can't stay focused. And I guess it's also because I'm trying not to let my technical difficulties from earlier get the best of me. So I'm not really that darn focused. I'm trying to be focused for y'all, but it's just like I ain't all that darn focused. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really not. Like, I feel like I'm all over the place right now, which is not a good thing. It really ain't a good look. But I'm kind of always all over the place, but I'm a little organized all over the place. Then it don't help that my doctor, my psychiatrist, he left the practice. I'm in the process of finding another psychiatrist, because now I just found out he's becoming a famous doctor now. He be doing these lives on Facebook now. He's originally from, I guess, California. I didn't know, because we do telehealth. And I guess he's becoming big, and that's why he left the practice. So I got, like, don't really have on my meds like that, I guess you could say. So kind of focusing myself right now until I can get those. My meds for focus work more than they work for my bipolar or anything else. So I can't say that. Like, when I do take meds for the ADHD, like for my focus, they do help me retain more focus. I can stay, like, on track longer than what I normally do when I'm not on something. But I feel like today is trying to be a backwards day for me, and I'm refusing to let it happen. So my mind is really trying to stay on focus, and I'm using too much pressure. I guess I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself. So my focus is just, like, not everywhere. Is everywhere. Y'all just function with me here. Y'all know I'm an all over the place person. If y'all listen to my podcast, if y'all watch my YouTubes, y'all know already I'm an all over the place person. But I try to make these lives not be all over the place. I try to have them organized. Then again, that wouldn't be me if I do that, though. Like, it definitely would not be me if I try to be somebody else. And I don't think it would look cool, and I just don't think it would work out if I really try to be somebody that I'm not. But I am an organized person, though. I can say that. If you really do pay attention to my unorganized madness, it is organized. I guess you just have to have a brain like mine to see it. But environment, that's why I'm trying to get out of here. Still haven't been able to find nowhere to go, but my brain is screaming, free me, free me, free me, free me. It needs to be freed from this environment. I know I got a couple of things accomplished though while we had the car, so I can't change my license to the license to this state until I get my birth certificate, because go my brain, right? Go the type of mom that I am. When I left the state of Connecticut, I left with everybody's birth certificate except moi. I did not have mine. Go figure, I'd be leaving the state of Connecticut without my birth certificate. I did the same thing when we went on the cruise. I left my birth certificate at the house. I had to have Lovey send a picture of it when he made it back to the house, and then they printed out the picture and they allowed me to get on the boat with the picture of my birth certificate. But obviously I can't do that here to get my license switched over. So being able to be mobile, it allowed me to print out the application, like go get the money order, go do everything on my own without having to wait to see who can do me the favor or figure out how I was going to pull it off. So that is out. As soon as I can get my birth certificate, I'm trying to get my license switched over so I can see about buying a car, since the van has now officially been totaled according to Lovey. The parking lot that it was sitting in, supposedly a tree fell on it, and now I have no mode of transportation at all. So now I have to try to buy a van. And then not only am I going to have to try to buy the van, then I'm going to try to convert the van so I can put the wheelchair in it. Because my wheelchair should be coming by this week or next week, but this week is like halfway done. And I didn't get a call to set up the appointment, so I don't know what's going on, but they said a delivery shouldn't have taken no more than 2 to 3 weeks. And I swore that was 2 weeks ago, but then again, my time frame with my brain, things don't seem right. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, now I have to try to see how I can buy transportation. Taking these days off and getting off of this property as well, it allowed me to do a lot of thinking, and I realized that a lot of the situations that I put myself in was because I was too busy helping other people. Like right now, I have no car, all because I was helping somebody else. That person asked to borrow the car, never got it back. I mean, every situation that I've pretty much happened to have been in my life has always pretty much been because I've helped somebody else. Not necessarily because I'm a reckless person or because my mental health makes me a reckless person. No, it makes me too kind. Which is why in turn, I dislike people. Because sometimes my radar isn't always the best and I get fooled pretty much. And I think mental health plays a part in that, because sometimes we're so afraid of not being accepted or understood that we tend to do extra or go overboard or give more than what we should because we don't want to lose those that we have in our lives, I guess you can say. Not necessarily lose them, but like, I don't know how to explain it. It's not that you want to lose them, but you try to keep those that you love and you care about happy. especially when you know you're a handful. So you try to compensate where you can't compensate at. And in turn, I feel like I've made a lot of really retarded decisions because of that. And if I would have probably accepted myself the way that I am sooner, probably wouldn't have made a lot of those decisions. Or I would have been a lot smarter about it than what I was, I guess you can say. Yeah, definitely been a lot smarter. Now I gotta pick up pieces again. My life before this was not this complicated. It was not easy either, but it wasn't complicated as it is now. I was on my own doing everything like I am now, but it wasn't as complicated as it is now. Ending up in a wheelchair makes everything a lot more complicated. I can't just get up and go, or I can't just get up and get a second job and say, all right, let's get out of here. Like, let me just work all these hours so that we can get on our feet. I can't do what I normally would do. That affects my ability to parent as well, because then it makes me feel less of a parent, since I'm not able to provide. Like, being able to DoorDash these last 4 days and getting some income that I worked for made me feel like, okay, I can definitely provide for my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can definitely, if I had transportation, I can provide for my kids. I can go buy the clothes. I can go get what they need. I just need the ability, I need the things that I need to do what I got to do. And that's where everything falls in at, not being able to have it. And that's where the mental health comes in and kicks in and starts getting ready to kick my behind. And that's where it starts kicking me down. Like, oh, well, if you had 2 good legs, you could do this, you could do that. You can go back to work 2 jobs. Like, right now, honestly speaking, if we weren't in a motel and if we were in our own apartment, we would be fine, because I would be working from home. I would have went and gotten my contract back and I'd be working from home. We would not be needing anything financially. Like, you guys would be hearing so many different things coming from, us probably even being able to do more. Probably would have already had a car. But, I mean, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. There's a reason to every season, right? Sometimes you have to go to one season in order to get to where you need to be. So I'm holding on to that faith that this season is going to end soon. We're going to get to that blessing. I don't know what other words were going to come out my mouth. They just stopped. Sorry, y'all. Don't know what the heck else I was about to say. It was in my thoughts and it just did not come out my mouth. But the environment plays a big part. Make sure your home is that your home. Don't bring anything negative into it. If you have stress from work, try to leave that at work. Don't bring that home. Let that be your safe haven. I mean, I've learned so hard that your home has to be your safe haven. Like, you have to have somewhere where you feel safe, where you feel comfortable. It's too much pressure on your mind if you don't. Like, your mind is very powerful, like I constantly say. And if the neurologist is right, and a lot of this that I'm going through plays a part in my mental health, then I'm hoping one day I can get my legs back. I'm hoping one day I could, have my mental health get back to what it was before. Because whatever it's going through now is affecting completely all parts of my body. Like yesterday, normally I'm pretty okay, like going to the doctor and being able to walk from the car to the door and then sit down when I get inside. Yesterday, my legs were shaking so bad. Like, I had to walk like a darn turtle. And I couldn't take the walker because I didn't have the strength to utilize the walker, it would have taken more energy, and it would have taken a lot more, like just a lot more out of me if I definitely would have used the walker. So I just thugged it out and walked it real slow. But when things like that happen, I'm always afraid I'm gonna fall. It's happened a couple times where I've almost fallen, and that just reminds me of like how hard I work to just do the simplest things, but I refuse to give up on doing them, if that makes sense. Like, I could easily be like, F it, I'm not going. It is what it is. Like, I'm not gonna make it. Like, I can't walk. I'm gonna cancel. I'm gonna reschedule. I was waiting for that appointment for 3 weeks. So if I would have rescheduled, I would have to wait for a whole another 3 weeks. But I went. It didn't go how I wanted to, because I originally went to try to get an emotional support letter so that I can start getting my dog to become an emotional support dog. But my doctor has a particular issue against pit bulls. And as soon as I said it was a pit bull, he refused. And here he goes with pit bulls attack. They're just attack dogs and this and that and all they do and da 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 da. He triggered the daylight out of me. Like, I literally had to be like, listen, I understand what you are saying, but not all dogs are the same. Like, I'm really getting really tired and frustrated about hearing you pretty much say that my dog is an attack dog. And you sat here and blamed me for letting my kids get attached to this dog. Well, this dog is what's keeping my kids from losing their mind. So what did you want me to do? Like, my kids, you don't understand what we're going through. Like, this dog has kept my kids from losing their mind. This dog has kept me from having big episodes. Like, seriously big episodes. I've been in the middle of talking while being triggered and not even realize that I'm triggered, and I'm starting to stutter, and she'll come up and she'll put her mouth right at my chin to stop me from talking. And I don't realize it until she does it. And at first I get irritated because I'm like, little witch, what the fuck are you doing? And then I realize what she's doing, and I'll stop and I'll like start getting ready to calm down. And she won't get off of me until she senses that I have calmed down. And when I calm down, then she jumps down and she'll just sit in front of me so I can pet her. And until she feels comfortable that I'm comfortable, then she'll leave my side. But until she's not comfortable that I'm okay, she won't leave my side. And she does the same thing with Beba. When Beba's having her autism moments, or she's falling into a slight little depression, or her autism is just really bad and she's not focused and she's just having a really bad day, she's on her like white on rice, and she won't leave her side for nothing. Like, she's literally on her, where she'll jump on her to make sure that Beva's cuddling her, to make sure Beva is, petting her, patting her, just somehow Beva's touching her. Like, we didn't teach this dog to do none of these things. This dog learned her family. And this dog learned what her family needs. Just like she learned Delano and his autism, and how Delano plays and how Delano doesn't play. At first she didn't like it. She used to bark and nip at him. And she would nip him. And now she finally understands him and understands that that's just who he is. It's his autism. So now she doesn't nip at him. Now when she wants to play with him, she nips him when she wants to play. He at first didn't understand that that's what she was doing it, and now that he gets it, now he plays with her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting mad and frustrated. Like, this dog has learned our family and learned our mental illness, and has learned how to function with our illnesses in such a manner that why would I not want to get her trained to be an emotional support dog? Why would I allow somebody to speak about her in such a negative manner when she's far from an attack dog? when she's far from being aggressive. I understand a lot of people have such a bad image on pit bulls, but any breed can be aggressive depending on how you raise them. It has nothing to do with the breed itself. It's the environment. Once again, the environment. Okay, it's the environment, because Koa is the most lovable dog ever. Don't get me wrong. I know that if we ever feel like we're in danger, Koa will do what she has to do, because if strangers come to the door, she looks at our reaction first before she even does anything, unless the stranger then came in with somebody that she already knows that we know and we're comfortable with, then she'll be okay. But if it's somebody that we don't know and she's never seen before, she'll stand next to us. And I've watched her. She'll look at our faces. She'll look at our body language. She'll wait to see what our reaction is before she does anything. She will not go towards the person. She will not move. She'll be right by our side, and she's waiting for us to see our interaction with that person. If our interaction with that person is okay, then that's when she gets all happy-go-lucky and all friendly and all want to be jumpy all over that person and all this other stuff. But if she feels that the interaction is not okay, she's right by our side. Like, we have to hold her by the collar, but she's right by our side. We hold her by the collar, obviously, because I don't want her to run out the doors, and we have to go chase her. Two, I don't want to take any chances, because again, I don't know what the person on the other side of that door's intentions are, and Koa may read something that we don't read, and I don't want her to, act on it. That's just any dog. That does not have to do with the fact that she's a pit bull. That's just any dog that's protective of their family, and they feel that you're in danger to them, they're going to be protective. So outside of that, though, she's not at all in any shape, way, or form. Her canines are very sharp. It took her 5 months. She's 6 months. Wait, isn't Koa 6 months already now, Beba? We missed it.
Oh shoot, we did. Oh man,
we missed her 6 months.
It was 2 days ago.
Yeah, it was 2 days ago. It was on Monday when we returned the rental. She's 6 months now, but it took her 3 months for her to figure out how to play without having her canines nip us or hurt us. No, it took us 2 months. It took her 2 months, actually, 2 months to figure out, because she would hurt Lyrical, or she would hurt, one of us when she was playing with us, because her canines are that sharp. And you would see her retrieve with her ears pulled back, her head down, and she would retrieve and wait until you called her, and wait until you showed that you were okay and you were ready to embrace her and let her know that everything was okay. She wouldn't push, nudge, move, nothing. And she would sit and she would watch and she would wait for you. She would not move to go play or do anything else until you let her know that you are okay and everything is okay. Like, she would literally stay pretty much in hiding, and then once you called her, then she would go back to her normal regular self and play around and do whatever. And it took her 2 months to figure out that it was her canines, and she now learns how to play with us without actually nipping or biting or hurting us in any shape or form. If she was really an attacker, if she was that type, she's a freaking pit bull. She know how to latch on and not let go. Come on. And then when he was just going in, it was just making me so mad. I really just wanted to turn around and spaz so bad. But it took the adult in me. It took the adult in me, not the mental illness in me. It took the adult in me to really tell myself, just breathe, Lynette. You got this. You spent 4 days off the property to get yourself mentally ready and to fight whatever else is coming this way. So just keep pushing. But I just wasn't going to let him keep talking about her like that. And I had to let him know, I would really appreciate if you stop talking about my dog that way. Because one, you don't know her, and two, if you were to watch any of my YouTube videos that she is in, you're gonna see she's just this big playful dog. There's nothing aggressive about her. Her bark is louder than her bite. Don't get me wrong, I don't think that her bite wouldn't be, saying, because she is a pit. But I'm just saying, not by choice, more by if you, caused it to have to be that way. Because she is very protective of us. I will say that she is, especially of Lyrical. because she's the baby. So she's very protective, like, and she's very protective, like very protective. But Koa is a big baby at heart. She's a freaking baby. Like, she's a spoiled diva. Like, that dog is spoiled. The damn dog gives you hugs like a human. She literally puts one paw on one shoulder, the other paw on the other shoulder, and then she puts her head on one side of your shoulder to give you an actual hug. But when I say she puts the paws on each shoulder, she puts them like in the back of your shoulder to push you towards her, to embrace you. And then she puts her head on the other shoulder so that she can actually hug you. And when she does that, then she nibbles at your ear because that's her way of kissing you. She knows not everybody likes kisses in the mouth. And before she even goes to give you kisses in the mouth, she'll put her head back and she'll look at you to see if you're going to move your face or not. Like, come on. Don't be talking about my boy baby like my boy baby's an attack dog. Because my baby's far from one. And that was just making me so mad. Now I need to find another doctor that'd be willing to help me get Koa as registered as a emotional support dog, because I can't get rid of her. There's no way. Like, she's a part of our family. Like, she is a part of our family. And yeah, she's a part of our family. So it's just not gonna happen. I mean, it's not gonna happen. That's like asking me to get rid of Skit or Demonoid, the hedgehogs. I don't really deal with Skit and Demonoid. Like, I don't hold them. I talk to them. They sit next to me all day, every day, and they always come towards me in their bins. Because they know that I'm always right next to them. So, like, whenever I'm here, I always hear them scraping towards the bin where I am, and then I'll look over and I'll be like, "Hey, you're up," whichever one it is, it's up, and I'll talk to them. I'm not a big petter of the hedgehogs, because if I feel like if they prick me by accident, I'm gonna get pissed. I'm gonna punch them. So I'm trying not to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta wait till I get my anger down a little more to control. So I talk to them, and they know my scent, because I do put my hand towards their nose, so they know my scent and they know my voice. But I just don't hold them. Like, if they're on the bed and I'm on the bed, then yeah, they come towards me and I'm cool mode. But I don't really pick them up. But I wouldn't get rid of them. They're part of the family. Like, they are supposed to be nocturnal. They're not supposed to be day animals. They're supposed to sleep during the day and be up at night. But because they're so part of our family that whenever we're up and they sense and they smell us, they come out. They come out to be out with us. You know what I'm saying? They'll take their naps throughout, the day, but they'll come out to be out with us. When they really want to come out, they'll really scrape at the bins to kind of let us know, hey, we want to be out there with you. And we'll take them out. We'll take them out for a walk. Beva loves taking them outside. They love going out for fresh air. So, like, it's like getting rid of them. I wouldn't get rid of them either, because they're part of the family. Like, I'm just saying, I can't do that. I mean, that'd be messed up. Especially, like, the kids can't take another loss like that. They already lost Max and Bella. I mean, that's just way too much. Beva's still holding on to that one. We still talk about it every once in a while. Like, she really still feels that loss. So imagine if she would have to lose another one. That'd be way too much for her. And she's already dealing with a lot as it is. Like, she already talks about how she needs to go to the hospital, but she can't go to the hospital because she can't leave me alone, because I can't do everything by myself and the kids, and that's not fair. So if our environment would have been better, she would already been able to be at the hospital, get on the right meds, because the meds that she's on isn't working. and she wouldn't feel like she's about to have a nervous breakdown. I would be in a better mental health headspace. The only one that's actually doing okay right now, not really, okay school wise, is Booger. He came home with all A's, and his progress report is actually saying that he is progressing. He's working really hard on being more organized, on keeping his things together. He's making a step at following, what's the word that they use? It's not about organization, but he used to just like do things his way in his steps, which kind of always amounted to everything being everywhere. So he's following, I guess you could say, like the proper steps now. So because of the autism and the ODD combined together, he would have a difficult time, how can I put it, like doing what they said, because with the ODD wants to do what the ODD wants to do, and the autism has its own way of doing it too. So things should be done a typical way that normally almost everybody does it, and Booker would have like his own way, and you'd be like, how does that make sense? But in his head it would make sense. Sometimes it would be a little more complicated, or sometimes it would just be like, where does that make sense at all? But he just want to do it because his ODD or his autism, one of the two played a part in it. And now he's actually, like, I guess, following the proper and correct ways of doing it. And since he's now, following the proper and correct ways of doing it, it's helping him stay more organized. But I was so happy when his report card came, because at the old school, yeah, his report card was definitely not what it should have been. His grades were not definitely what it should have been. The school had started well, and I don't know what happened and went downhill. But at this school that he's at now, I think he's progressing, because it's all boys in his classroom. And then it's all male teachers except for one, which is a female. But I also think I like it because instead of the kids being the ones that actually rotate classrooms, it's the teachers that rotate. So this avoids there being any altercations within the hallways. It avoids there being any possibilities of any students having any problems with any other students. These are kids that were already pretty much, kicked out of school. And you want to give them a chance to return back to, the regular school system. So you're not trying to put them in a setting where they're constantly, getting into trouble. So the way this school does it is, instead of the students being the ones that rotate the classrooms, the teachers are the ones that rotate. So the students constantly stay within their room with their same paraprofessionals. So just that head teacher changes. And he has all except for one teacher, and I think he said that was social. I don't remember what class she taught, but she was just a female and everybody else were male. He kind of likes that. I think it works out too, because at home we're all females, and he's pretty much the only male. So Levy's in and out. Typical story. But yeah, so it works out for him. It's been working out for him really good. He's like the only one in that sense of the word, in that aspect, that's been doing really good. At home, he's doing better about picking up after himself, which I can tell that they're working on that in school. Because now he's working a lot better at not leaving his trash at the table or not leaving his trash in the bed, which he was really good at. I don't know which condition had anything to do with that, or if that was just him being a boy, but Lord have mercy, I used to have to yell at his behind for constantly having whatever he ate around the darn bed on the floor. Like, dude, there's a garbage can, pick the stuff up and throw it out. I don't know if anybody else had any problems with their kids on that, but again, I don't know if it has anything to do with one of the conditions, or if it's just him being a boy, because he's the only boy that I got. So I don't know if it's a boy thing, but I know that it just irritates my soul. It irritates my soul when I be like, Watson, did you just eat Yeah, mommy, so why is it on the floor? Oh, I forgot to throw it out. Or I threw it out, so why am I looking at it? I don't know. What you mean you don't know? You obviously didn't throw it out. But he's working on his stuff. So, like, only thing I don't like is he keeps his feelings and his emotions in. So if he's frustrated about something, he won't speak on it. If he's angry about something, he won't speak on it. Like, we really have to have like a session. Like, somebody had to have been frustrated or something in order for the talking to happen. He just won't just talk. That's the only thing I don't like. But outside of that, his school is doing an awesome job. They're really doing an awesome job working with him, and I definitely appreciate that because it's making life a lot easier with him at home. Even him and Beva are communicating a lot better. They're still arguing, don't get me wrong. They don't argue as much as they used to, so there's not as many wars in my house as there were before. The arguments are now with him and the little one. He keeps forgetting she's 3, you're 13. Why are you arguing with a 3-year-old? Like, dude, you're a teenager. But then again, we keep forgetting, yeah, he's 13, but he has ODD, ADHD, like autism, and XYZ. So his mind frame is not carrying or registering that she's 3 years old. It's only carrying or registering whatever it is that she's doing at the moment. And I kind of think that Levy has a point when he says that in a way he low-key kind of resents her because he was the baby at one point and he had everything done for him. We stopped doing everything for him because you're old enough now to do everything on your own, and we still do everything for her. So we feel like a lot of the arguments because he low-key resents the fact that she took over his spot and he wants his spot back, but he can't get it because he's too old, and he doesn't see that it's because he's too old, not because of her. Because everything that she does, he gets bothered by it, no matter what it is. She says boo, he's like, oh, Lyrical, stop. Dude, you do the same thing. Where do you think she got it from? From you. Like, she wants to be like her big brother. He doesn't see none of that. He just sees her as an annoying little sister. But it's siblings also. So I'm just happy that the wars are not as much as they used to be. That's a definitely big plus. But yeah, your environment plays a big part, and it was a good thing I got off the property for a while. I needed it. I needed to see something different. It was nice going to the park with the kids and watching them play. It was nice to DoorDash. It definitely was, because it gave us opportunity to see different parts of down here that we wouldn't have seen. Nice houses. Besides the fact that it just gave us places to go, like, and it gave us something to do while we made some money. I pretty much made half of the rental back, which was a plus, I guess you could say. But environment plays a big part, so make sure that your environment has what you need to thrive mentally, especially if you deal with depression and other things that require you to have a certain type of environment so that you can thrive. Make sure your environment has that positive energy that you need. And if you don't have a support system, that's okay. Be your own support system. Like, I have to be my own support system. And it's possible, it's doable. I mean, it's not the most reasonable, to be honest with you. It really isn't the most reasonable. But it is definitely doable. Like, it's okay to not have someone. I mean, it's more desirable to have someone there. Yes, it's easier when you have someone there. It's a lot easier, but then again, you can always have someone there that really doesn't know what they're saying or what they're doing, and it can make matters worse. So in that case, it's better not to have someone there. But if you don't have that support system, be your own support system. Be your own cheerleader. Write yourself positive notes. Put them up. Put them up wherever you look at. Put them up. That wall that you always look at, or that nightstand that you always look at, wherever that direction, there's always a direction that we always have, that we always look at. I don't know if I'm the only one, but I can't not be the only one. There's always a spot in your room or in your house, wherever you spend the majority of your time at, that you always look at, that you're always staring at, or that you always just glance over to, or I don't know, for some reason it always catches your eye. There's something there that always catches your eye. Well, in that same particular area that always catches your eye, place those positive notes. You know, I laminated mine. I didn't take out my lamination machine, so I just used clear tape. I was gonna say duct tape. And I just covered it that way so that they don't get messed up. And the majority of the time I'm at my desk, so they're facing literally right in front of me. And they're just constant reminders of I'm cheering myself on. I'm pushing myself forward. I'm not going to let myself fall backwards. I'm not taking no backward steps. If I'm falling, I'm falling forward. And then I'm getting up and I'm dusting myself off, and I'm going to keep on pushing. But be your own cheerleader. Do not be afraid to cheer for yourself. Do not be afraid to support yourself. Just because there's no one else around there to do it for you doesn't mean that you cannot do it for yourself. I do it for myself every single day. I do it for myself all day long. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here today. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here right now. It's a hard struggle. Like, it's not an easy walk in a park. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have no support. But it's even harder when you're not supporting yourself. We can't keep looking for other people to support us, and we're not our biggest fans, and we're not our biggest cheerleaders. Like, we have to first be our biggest fan and be our biggest cheerleader and our biggest supporters before we can even find somebody else to support us. I don't know who needed to hear that. I don't even know where that came from, but for some particular reason it was just on my heart and I needed to say it. So I hope it resonates with whoever needed to hear it, and I hope it helps. And if you really, really, really need someone to root for you, I'm right here. I'm literally just an email away. For real. I'm literally just an email away. And I'm on Telegram. If you have Telegram, I was thinking about creating a Telegram chat. I'm still not sure yet, but I am on Telegram. Lynette Hernandez. You can find me on there if you need to chat and you don't have anybody else to chat with and you really need someone to talk to. You can email me. You can hit me up on Telegram. You can DM me. You can contact me however it is that you need to contact me, and I'm right here with you. Okay? You're not alone. You don't have to walk whatever path you're walking by yourself. I'm definitely here with you. Oh, I did want to say, before the other podcast got messed up, when I was recording the other live, for some reason I'm really nauseated right now. I had taken the 4 days off, right, when I was doing time with the kids, and I didn't go on the no social network, and I wasn't looking at no social media or anything. I was literally just plugged off. And I finally went back on Monday, and I realized that on my parenting and mental illness page, I had a new follower that I know. A new follower that I know. Sorry, you guys, I feel real nauseated. A new follower that I know that I'm not understanding why they're following my page. When the last message that they told me before they were blocked from my phone were not nice words, and definitely not a nice message. I was pretty much told that my wound was rotten and that my kids were like mentally retarded, and she really just went in on me and my kids. And for those who follow and who know the story, know that I have no contact with anyone in reality in my family except for like 2 particular people. Actually, now it's 1 because no, it's 2 people. It was 3 before. The other one I haven't spoken to. But they follow my page, and they are actually my egg donor's best friend. And I find this to be very ironic because this person did not have the best relationship with their son. They also have 1 child. And they also don't have the best relationship with their child either. Their child also has a lot of things going on. I don't know if they're in denial about it. I don't know. I stay out of people's business. I just remember some stuff that my egg donor had told me about the situation. But my egg donor used to try to play the middleman between them 2. And, help. So I sat here. I remember when I got that text message, I was so pissed off because, first of all, she never had my phone number. So I know my egg donor gave her my phone number that day in order for her to text me. So she took it out of her busy schedule to text me, to put me down, call me all types of things, call me out my name, not the one that my mother gave me, and say so many things about my wound and my children when you barely know my children. But anyways, had so much to say, and now it's following my page. Now I already know that they're following my page to be nosy. I already know that's what it is. And personally, I really don't care. I just find it hilarious that you have your own fish to fry, but you're worried about somebody else's fish and how they're cooking it. Like, your grass isn't any greener than the one on my side. So it would make more sense to take care of your lawn before you worried about somebody else's lawn. Because the only people that genuinely know whatever transpired between, and unless they've seen it or heard it or have been there, are the woman and I. And a couple of other people that have witnessed or know things, that again have seen things, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you. And it's so conveniently that some people just forget things. It's so convenient that people just, oh, that never happened. that never existed or that never occurred. Like, oh really, it didn't happen, it didn't exist, it didn't occur. Okay, I mean, I don't know what she plans to find on my Parenting and Mental Illness page, but by all means follow it if you like. If you need the extra help, then hey, by all means get it, because I always said you weren't wrapped too tight, but it is what it is. Or should it be the other way, she's wrapped way too tight, it needs to be loosened up some? I don't know, but I just found it to be very ironic, because it was kind of like, hey universe, do you find this funny? Because I really don't. Like, I've stayed away, I've stayed under the radar thus far until my ex-husband found my phone number and started harassing me, and then I had to block those numbers. And then he had his aunt call me and try to harass me, and then I had to politely explain via text message and block that number. Like, I'm just trying to live my life, keep my kids safe, including their mental health, and get on our feet. Literally, if I'm able to get on mine again and actually utilize them better than just walking a couple of feet and then having to sit down, hey, I will give thanks to the Almighty all day, every day. But for now, I'm just trying to keep myself and everybody else that listens and accounts on me accountable to be here every single day, to be in the space that we're in every single day, and to try to make the space that we're in as better as possible. Because you can't keep trying to fix what's broken if you're using dried up glue. It's not gonna work. Can't beat a dead horse if it's already dead. Can't teach no dog new tricks. I mean, I can come up with some more, but I think y'all got the point. So if my trial and error can help somebody else out there and it can get them quicker to the end of their road without having to have so many obstacles, then hey baby, I'm gonna tell you what I done did and what I didn't do. I'm gonna take you on that ride with me, and hey, hopefully you ain't gotta have so many obstacles, and hopefully you don't feel alone while you're going through all your obstacles, and hopefully your obstacles won't be as difficult, you know what I'm saying, or as complicated. But yeah, trial and error sucks, but we all have to go through it. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to make sure I did my live. I wanted to catch y'all up on, what we did while we was MIA, which I did already kind of do that on the update podcast, but I kind of wanted to do it on the live too. Talked about the environment and how important your environment is to keep your mental health, safe. I don't care if that looks like lighting some candles. I don't care if you need to sage your space to cleanse out whatever you got going on. But let's get that going. Let's get that environment into a safe space so that those mentals have better opportunity to thrive and to succeed. Okay? Because, you could be doing everything possible. But your environment plays a major part in that. Okay? A very major part. It has been amazing talking with y'all today. It really has. I definitely appreciate for anybody who's listened in. I'd also appreciate if y'all would follow the podcast. Follow the podcast. Check out the blog, Life for the Single Parent Mental Illness.blog. Shoot me an email if y'all want to have a certain topic, or if y'all have questions, concerns, whatever the case may be. Or again, you need support. It'll be Linetteh, LINETTEH at Life as a Single Parent Mental Illness.blog. Or Parenting with Mental Illness. Wait, can't give y'all that one. That one actually is not even logged in. Life as a Parent of Mental Illness at gmail.com. What's the other thing? I am still in need of case study volunteers for my coaching certification. So again, if anybody's interested, email me to the email that I just stated. Hold on, boo boo. Email me to the email that I just stated, LynetteH@lifeasasingleparentmentalillness.blog or lifeasaparentmentalillness@gmail.com. So hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed rest of your day. Don't forget to make today count and make yesterday jealous. See y'all.